Have you ever had someone walk out of your life and it didn't make sense? Maybe they were your best friend, your partner, your mentor, or someone you thought would always be there, but one day they changed, the call stopped, the energy faded, the bond that once felt unbreakable suddenly broke. You asked yourself, God, why did this happen? What did I do wrong? But what if I told you that sometimes the people who leave are part of God's protection, not your punishment? That sometimes God has to subtract before he multiplies. Lesson 313. Here's why God removed them from your life. See, we don't always understand the ways of God. We think that losing people means losing direction, but sometimes it's the opposite. It means God is redirecting your destiny. There are seasons where God will start to remove certain people from your life, not because you're unworthy of love, but because their presence is quietly blocking your growth. It could be a friend who no longer encourages your faith, a relationship that started to drain your peace more than it fueled your purpose, or maybe someone who simply stopped showing up when you needed them the most. It hurts, I know. But listen, sometimes God will end relationships you were willing to continue just to protect the calling you were too blind to see. In Genesis 13, we find a powerful example: Abraham and Lot, family, close companions, walking together on the same journey. But eventually, God blessed them so much that the land couldn't support both of them. Their herdsmen started arguing, tension built, and Abraham finally said, "Let there be no strife between you and me. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right." Genesis 13:8-9. And when Lot left, something amazing happened. Only after Lot separated from Abraham did God speak and say, "Lift up your eyes. All the land that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever." Genesis 13:14-15. Did you catch that? God didn't reveal the next promise until Abraham was willing to let go of Lot, because some blessings won't flow until certain people go. Some revelations won't come until certain relationships end. Not because those people were bad, but because they weren't meant to walk with you into the next level of your destiny. Let's be honest, letting go is painful. We hold on to people because of history, emotions, or comfort. But God looks at your destiny and He sees what you can't. He knows who will walk with you and who will walk away when the fire gets hot. He knows whose loyalty ends where your growth begins. Sometimes you pray, "Lord, bless me, elevate me, use me." And God starts removing certain people because they can't handle where He's taking you. You wanted a blessing, but not a breakup. You asked for a new chapter, but didn't realize it meant some characters won't return. But understand this: God will never remove anyone who is truly meant to stay. If their departure destroyed you, their presence was already delaying you. In John 15:2, Jesus says something powerful. "Every branch in me that bears fruit, He prunes that it may bear more fruit." Pruning means cutting off what no longer serves growth. It's painful, it's confusing, but it's necessary. God isn't punishing you, He's pruning you. He's cutting away attachments that were never rooted in His will. Some people were seasonal, not spiritual. They came to teach you, not stay with you. And when their purpose was fulfilled, their exit became part of your evolution. The same God who allowed them to enter your life is the same God who decided their chapter was over, and if He let them go, then your healing will begin the moment you stop chasing what He's already released. Sometimes the hardest part of faith is not fighting what God has ended, because deep down we want closure, we want answers, we want people to come back and explain why they changed. But not everyone who left deserves a seat at your table again. Some people's silence is the closure. If you keep reopening doors that God has closed, you'll miss the new ones He's trying to open. If you keep chasing people who left, you'll walk away from the peace He's trying to give you. God can't heal what you keep holding on to. And sometimes peace is not found in getting people back. It's found in letting them go. There's a verse that always hits me deeply. Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. You see, we only see the surface. God sees the story. We see the moment, He sees the mission. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually divine redirection. The people who walked away didn't ruin your life. They made room for the right ones to walk in. The breakup wasn't the end, it was the beginning of your breakthrough. God removed them not to leave you empty, but to free your hands to receive what's next. Ask yourself honestly, were they drawing you closer to God or distracting you from Him? Were they encouraging your calling or feeding your comfort? Were they adding peace or constantly taking it away? Because God won't bless you with peace while you cling to what causes chaos. He won't give you purpose while you're tied to people who keep you stuck. Sometimes the only way to move forward is to let go of what feels familiar. The truth is, not everyone who starts with you will finish with you. Some people were meant to walk with you only to a certain point. And that's okay, because destiny is selective, and before God takes you higher, He'll test your willingness to travel lighter. So if someone left, don't panic, don't chase, don't question your worth. You didn't lose them, you simply outgrew where they could go. God removed them not to break you, but to bless you. Not to hurt you, but to heal you. Not to empty you, but to prepare you for something greater. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What you thought was a loss was actually God's protection. So here's my encouragement for you today. If someone walked away, bless them, release them, and thank God for the lesson. Don't let bitterness anchor your heart. Don't let confusion cloud your faith, because someday you'll look back and realize that person's exit was the reason you found your peace. That heartbreak was the reason you found your purpose. That goodbye was the reason you got closer to God. And when that happens, you'll understand that every removal had a reason, every ending had a purpose, and every loss was actually a setup for divine gain. So breathe. Trust God's hand, even when you can't trace His plan, because the same God who allowed them to leave is already preparing someone or something better to arrive. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose." Even the goodbye is working for your good. So if this message spoke to you today, don't forget to share it with someone who's struggling to understand why they lost someone. Because maybe that loss was also love, just in disguise. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Stay tuned for more video like this for life-changing lessons. Until next time, God bless you and have an amazing day.